In today's video, we're going to tackle one of the biggest challenges the world is facing right now, the aging population. In fact, it's not just an issue. It's a global crisis that is affecting nearly every country in the world. So why is this happening? And how will it impact our societies, economies, and even our future? From shrinking workforces to rising healthcare costs, the aging population is creating major shifts in almost every aspect of life. Let's break it down. So what do we mean by the aging population? In simple terms, it's the increase in the proportion of elderly people in a population. This is happening for a couple of reasons. People are living longer and birth rates are declining in many countries. Life expectancy has increased globally thanks to better healthcare, sanitation, and nutrition. But at the same time, birth rates have dropped, especially in developed countries. People are having fewer children, and the younger generation is shrinking. According to the United Nations, the number of people aged 60 and older is projected to double by 2040. That's a huge demographic shift that's already impacting things like social services, pension systems, and healthcare. Certain countries are facing this issue more intensely than others. Japan, for example, has one of the oldest populations in the world, with over 28% of its people over 65 years old. And it's not just Asia. Europe is also seeing a rapidly aging population. In Germany, Italy, and Spain, for example, more than 20% of the population is over 65. And as this group continues to grow, there are some big challenges ahead. Many developing countries, like China, are also aging rapidly due to their own specific factors, like the long-term effects of the one-child policy. By 2030, it's estimated that China will have more than 200 million people aged 60 and over. That's roughly the entire population of Brazil. So why is this so concerning? Well, these countries face challenges related to healthcare, social security systems, and even economic growth. Let's break it down. First up, healthcare. As the population ages, demand for healthcare services increases dramatically. Older adults typically experience more health issues, from chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease to mobility problems and dementia. In many developed countries, healthcare systems are already stretched thin, and the aging population is putting even more pressure on them. More hospital beds, more medical staff, and more long-term care facilities are needed to accommodate the growing number of elderly people. Not only do we need more care, but it's also more expensive. The costs of medical care and medications for the elderly are skyrocketing. This places a significant burden on public health systems and, of course, the younger generation who is paying for these services through taxes. And then there's the issue of mental health. Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia are becoming more common as people live longer, which means even more specialized care is needed. Now, let's talk about the economic impact. With more people retiring and fewer young people entering the workforce, countries are facing a serious labor shortage. In countries like Japan, Germany, and even the United States, the workforce is shrinking, meaning there are fewer people to fill jobs, contribute to the economy, and pay into pension systems. This creates a ripple effect. Businesses struggle to find workers, wages go up, and the economy slows down. Countries with aging populations are also seeing rising pension costs as governments need to provide financial support for a growing elderly population. These costs can drain national budgets and lead to higher taxes or reduced public services. Plus, there's a shift in the types of jobs needed. There will be an increasing demand for healthcare workers, caregivers, and people working in the senior care industry, but fewer young people are pursuing these fields. It's a cycle that could exacerbate the problem. Let's talk about Social Security and pensions. As the number of retirees grows, the strain on Social Security and pension systems increases. This is already a major issue in countries like the US and many European nations. Why? Well, pension systems are typically funded by the working age population. But with fewer people working and more people retiring, there's less money coming in and more going out. Some countries are already facing the reality of running out of funds or needing to raise the retirement age. In Japan, for example, the government has been working to raise the retirement age and delay pension payouts. But even this strategy has its limitations. With a growing elderly population, it becomes increasingly difficult to keep pension systems solvent. So what can we do about it? Are there any solutions to the aging population crisis? Well, there are a few ideas on the table. First, there's automation. Many countries are turning to technology to fill the labor gap. Robots and artificial intelligence are increasingly being used in industries like manufacturing, healthcare, and even elderly care to replace human workers and provide better care for seniors. Second, countries are trying to encourage higher birth rates through family-friendly policies like paid parental leave, subsidized childcare, and housing incentives. While these efforts have seen some success, they're not enough to reverse the aging trend overnight. Another solution is to integrate older workers into the workforce for longer. Countries like Sweden and the Netherlands have done a great job of keeping older adults employed, offering flexible work options and retraining programs. And finally, intergenerational living models and innovative elderly care options like co-housing and senior villages are being explored to help older generations live independently and support each other. So there you have it. The aging population is a complex issue with far-reaching consequences, but it's not a hopeless situation. With the right policies, technological advancements, and societal changes, we can adapt to this new reality. While the challenges are significant, they are not insurmountable. The key lies in how we approach the issue, whether through better healthcare, smarter social systems, or innovative solutions. We all have a role to play in creating a sustainable future for both the elderly and younger generations. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. What do you think is the most pressing issue related to the aging population? Let me know your thoughts. See you in the next video.